Hey guys, welcome back to OverTakes. This is Kel,
and this is Misfit,
and we are here with some big news, or some of the news that's coming out this week. Come out this weekend. We've got quite a few things to go over.
Understatement.
Yeah, right. And then I'm sure there will be even more going on this week. Expect a few different shows this week talking about all the big news and announcements because everyone's teasing all kinds of different stuff, different teams.
Yeah,
there's lots of rumblings going on, so expect more. And if that's something you like, don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, all that good stuff. So let's dive into this.
Okay, so first, after the last show we did where we were talking about Boston releasing people and New York and stuff like that, we had Shanghai literally hours after we finished recording.
Yeah.
Just dump their whole team except for the 3 people that actually did something. So,
right.
I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, people are like, well, wow, that's kind of a shock. Is it really?
No, it shouldn't be.
40 games.
They didn't win a single game. I think, and they won less than 20 maps total.
Yeah.
Like, drastic changes had to happen.
Yeah.
For a team that goes 0-40, you should not be bringing back more than like 3 or 4 players. At the most.
Which is what they did. And They got rid of their coaching staff, which also, was their second,
right.
Their second coaching staff.
Yeah.
They make the Browns look like fucking geniuses. And I know you're a Browns fan.
Yeah, oh no, believe me, I've been there, so I know. But and that's the thing, when it's that bad, you gotta make drastic changes. And they did. Really the biggest one that's kind of a surprise is the fact that Addo got dropped. And he was not happy about it, but we were just talking about it, and it's just like, be happy, dude. You're going to get picked up.
By a good team,
You'll be just fine. Yeah. You're probably in much better shape now because I'm guessing with Shanghai, it's a lot less to do with just the management and everything. Like, it's got to start from the top because that has just been such a mess. They didn't win a single game. Come on, guys. What do you expect?
Yeah, I mean, what are you expecting them to do? And to be honest, they do have a base to build off of with the 3 people they kept.
Yes.
Dia's decent, Gregori's decent, and Fearless is decent.
Right.
The rest of the team, their supports were... I bag on my team's supports, and we'll get to them later. And by the way, Soul fans, back it down with your I want them on my team. You just fucking cut a bunch of people too, so just...
Right.
Keep it in your pants, or whatever. Anyway, now I lost my point, I got mad. He's gonna get, but Addo's gonna get picked up by a decent enough team, even if it's an expansion team. Mm-hmm. And also, guys, don't take it out of the realm of possibility here for Shanghai to go and buy a whole Korean roster.
Yeah,
they probably will buy the worst team in contenders,
Korean contenders. But you know what? The worst team in Korean contenders. Probably better than what Shanghai put on the stage last season.
Yeah, because their supports were absolute garbage, and that was what I started with.
That's what. Yeah,
it was the Mayhem supports are bad, but I didn't even know how these guys got like out of ladder.
Yeah,
playing support anyway, and they're the second coaching staff. So enough on them. Good for them. They got smart, and we'll see what they do coming up here. Now, the next 2 guys we're going to talk about are probably the biggest names so far, and that's Mistakes, who made a big difference when the whole Shadowburn controversy happened for Boston. And I thought that was kind of surprising that they got rid of him. I mean, he's not the greatest player, per se, but he improved so much.
He really did.
And he's going to benefit a team greatly.
Yeah. I really think that it's mostly because he doesn't have the right hero pool. It's not that his hero pool is too small or whatever, but he just has a lot of overlap with
Striker.
With Striker, that like when you're picking between those guys, obviously you're going to go with Striker. So that means that they must have it has to mean that they have something lined up where they're going to bring in a guy that has a bigger hero pool that's the exact opposite of Striker, so they can pair them up together and they can really work well together. Yeah, because Mistakes is a very good player, and I think he's really going to help somebody. He is definitely a solid starter.
Oh yeah.
For a lot of other teams. So
expansion team or whatever.
Yeah.
Or a role player on teams like Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not San Francisco, but some teams that need him. Maybe like the Gladiators. if they need like an extra DPS guy.
You put him, I mean, going back to Houston, you put him alongside Linkser, that'd be a really nice combo right there.
Yeah, or even him and Jake, if you want to do that. I mean, he's got a good hero pool, and I think he's improving more on his hero pool. I think that's one of those things. He was a Tracer one trick, and by the end of stage 4 and into the play, he was the only guy in the playoffs that was actually, in that playoff game that they had, that was doing a damn thing.
Besides Striker.
Well, Striker doesn't count.
Yeah. Striker's he's like LeBron, where you don't even factor him in because you just know it's going to be great.
You know he's going to have a solid performance.
Right.
And if he gets focused down, they're really fucked.
Right.
Which happened a couple of times, but not in the playoffs. But all right, aside from mistakes, it's surprising, not surprising. I thought maybe it would involve a trade or something.
Yeah.
But Philadelphia letting go Shadowburn. The other two guys that let go of whatever. They don't even play. Except for Dayfly, and we'll call it he didn't play even when he played.
Yeah.
So, and Joe Meister, he's like in that category of like a Vast, Snow, Fact Fiction, some of those guys that, they're getting this. We're not going to talk about those guys. They'll probably pop up on another team somewhere. But
bench fillers, that kind of thing.
Yeah, even starting the season off maybe as a starter while they're like kind of like like San Francisco did.
Yeah,
Shadowburn getting released, that's huge, and
mostly because I mean that's kind of another thing. Like you could totally see Shadowburn fitting in so well in Boston.
Yeah,
that I feel like that would be a perfect spot for him.
Boston would be. Probably the best spot for him.
You put him right there with Striker. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That would be perfect for Striker because I mean you've got basically Shadowburn is your king of projectile.
Yeah.
Then you have Striker who's your who's going to be your hit scan specialist and like that's perfect pairing. Those guys would work very, very well together, and I that would make Boston scary good.
Yeah, I think that would be good for them. And I think a team like, and I'm going to throw this out there because there's been rumors about Agilities maybe not coming back to the Valiant. How about the Valiant with Shadowburn and Soon?
Yeah,
that could work too.
That would work really nicely.
Because at some other teams he's not going to fit. He's not going to fit with the Gladiators because they have hydration.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they want to go the route of get rid of hydration,
Right. To make it, but then that's making a change for the sake of making a change. So it just might it happen? Yes, but it seems less likely. I think Boston would be such a perfect fit for him.
Yeah, Boston's the perfect fit for him. And I wouldn't mind him on my team either. But there's other rumors with my team.
Yeah, there's other rumors going on with your team.
Yeah, which I don't know if I like or don't like or what.
Or it could be really awesome. Who knows?
We'll get to that. But next up, we have on our list of releases. Now this was big. Soul Dynasty fans, back to you. So we have Miro, Guido, and Wakid getting released.
I mean, Miro, you can understand because I mean, coming into the season, you were expecting him to be the number one tank in the league.
Oh yeah,
and at that point, up to that point, he was the top tier tank. He was the guy, and I think age seemed to have caught up to him. He just lost a lot of skills. Or to quote a famous Cleveland coach, diminishing skills.
Yeah, but he's not a drunk. Anyway, that was a Bernie Kosar reference. If you guys don't know what that's all about, But he did definitely. His skills definitely diminished, and they picked up Fissure, so he was. Basically,
he was going to
rendered unnecessary.
Yeah, so that one shouldn't really be that surprising. Guido, probably not too big of a surprise either. Honestly,
I thought they would have kept Wakid now.
Yeah, I think the biggest one that is surprising is Wakid for sure.
He's got a good hero pool. He's a good player.
Yeah,
unless they have other things up their sleeve, or they're gonna. It seems like they're trimming their roster. It seems like they're kind of doing the. All right, we have Fissure, and we have Toby,
Fissure, Toby, and Fleta.
And Rujihong.
And Rujihong, yeah.
That's not, I mean, I'm not going to say that's a bad lineup.
Right, that's a solid core to build around, and I feel like they want to...
And they keep Munchkin, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And they're rendering some guys useless. I mean, it's... And a lot of teams are starting to do that. They have their backups are too good, and I know a lot of people are in this league. I've never seen people so emotionally invested in the players,
right?
Which is great, but it's gonna happen,
Yeah.
And I know it was gonna happen, and I know people are gonna be upset. You want Shadowburn on your team, you want some of these guys, but from a business standpoint, from a team standpoint, and to be good to the player that came to them.
Yes, that's the biggest key that people are not.
They're letting them go.
Yes. That is such a big key that a lot of these people that are having like these hard reactions of like, oh my god, no, I'm so sad that this guy's not going to play for my team anymore, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, it's in the best interest of that player to not be on the team sometimes, because then they're going to be able to go to another team and actually be able to play.
Yeah, and which is why they're here.
Yeah. They're not here to sit on the fucking bench.
Yeah, especially really good players. Mistakes wasn't on the bench, but...
Shadowburn, Wakid, guys like that are just... Like, Wakid was not getting a good enough chance to really... to get every time, or like every map play. And he is a player that... he's good enough, and he's definitely good enough to do that. Or at least get more play than he was.
And he's one of those guys that, he's got that projectile stuff. Like... He kind of has Jake's hero pool a little bit. Yeah. Like that. Those guys are valuable. Are they, depending on the meta, too. You don't know what's going to happen come January. Or whenever the season's going to start. We're going to do a whole show on that, too, guys. So stay tuned for that. All this other rumors and news things about the season length and season structure and all this. And the amount of teams and what we kind of think about that. So definitely stay tuned for that. Now, the last thing involves my team. My team, guys. The Mayhem. So, there's this sweepstakes going on behind the scenes that none of us are seeing.
But we all have known that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Basically, all the teams, whether it's existing teams, there's quite a few existing teams, and then the new teams that are going to be coming in, there's a sweepstakes for Korean contenders teams.
Yeah.
It's basically the same team, or the same thing that happened going into the inaugural season, where whoever won Korean contenders, Kangdu Panthera, became... Well, actually, London took two teams.
Yeah, they took Kangdu Panthera, and then they take... who was the other one?
Who was it?
Luxury Watch Happiness or something?
Yeah, something like that.
By the way, did you see my fantasy team?
I did. It is great.
Luxury Watch Panthera. Anyway, so the Mayhem seem to be the leaders and this is specifically the team we're talking about is Runaway.
Yes.
Which has the biggest, and for me, I'm kind of excited, but I'm kind of not.
Oddly, one of the only teams that didn't get picked up last year.
Yeah.
By any teams, which is really weird because they were in the championship series, in the championship game, they lost, but then they come back and they win it this year, and now everyone wants them. But it's like, why didn't anybody want these guys last year? Because they're probably better now, obviously, but they could have been even better then. You're taking some of these lesser teams. I don't know.
I think some of it has to do with Runaway doesn't want to get broken up.
Yeah,
they want to play together as a team, whether it's Mayhem or one of these expansion teams. We talked about the, amount of Chinese teams that are possibly coming in. Mm-hmm. It looks like, guys, we're going to have 20 teams. Now, one thing, since we're talking about releases and player rosters, one thing I want to touch on, and I think you might feel the same way with me, I think if we get to that 20-team plateau, now, anytime you have expansion in a league, the product is diluted.
Yes.
Right now, do you have 20 full squads that are going to make a good competitive product? Not something that's okay to watch.
Right.
Good product. Like we had for the majority of the Overwatch League in the first season.
Right. And then you still had a team that didn't win a single game. So you want to avoid that. And so it's going to be some interesting stuff. But that's the big thing for Florida. So I think that would be huge for them if they were able to, because it would basically be like, hey, here's Runaways and Saya player.
And possibly who knows,
and whichever other holdovers they get from the previous regime.
Yeah, which there's a couple guys that should be on the team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And or somewhere.
Or they could if they do pick up Runaways, then they could be like, okay, we're going full Korean. We're keeping the guys that are Korean. And then all these other guys, they're up for sale, basically.
Yeah.
For trade, whatever.
And this, now, I'll throw this out there. So if they're doing this big expansion and Florida does do that, is it because there's maybe a team in Sweden?
Yeah.
I mean, you have a whole Swedish roster except for Logix and Zappis, who are Finns, which it would be a Scandinavian team.
Right.
The only team there. I'm just throwing that out there as something maybe that could happen. You know, maybe they go, like, or if there's a team in Denmark or something like that, you know, I don't know. I'm not some of these other guys, but I'm just throwing it out there. Because they have been absolutely silent. People are, like, even releasing, like, guys on the and back ends of their roster, and people are losing their minds.
Yeah.
They literally, like, all I see from them is they're all having fun in Florida.
Yeah. That's really it.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Yeah. I mean, hey, more power to them.
Yeah.
Get more in the fan engagement, and I think they're kind of trying to milk how well or how fun their current group of guys is, even though they weren't the best. They're super fun to be around. They're really engaging. They're hilarious guys. So I feel like they've been trying to really take advantage of that and build up some goodwill with the people that actually live in Florida and in creating that fan engagement.
That's the
before they make drastic moves.
Now that's the thing for me where I'm kind of on the fence with the Runaway thing. I love those guys.
Right.
Were they the best players? Probably not. And, you know, it pains me to say it because they're all great guys.
Right.
And I just don't know if they're going to have that fun atmosphere anymore. But they'll win.
Right. Yeah. So it's just one of those things.
I root for the laundry. I don't know if you guys know that term. I root for the Mayhem. Whether they have Logix and Tvek or they have two other guys. I'm going to root for the Mayhem no matter what. I mean, but it'll sadden me a little bit to see those guys go.
For sure.
But anyway, that's kind of going to do it for this one, and then we're going to hit you with the rumors, the alleged rumors. We wanted to do a little bit more, dive into a little bit more research and see where some of this stuff is going that all these people are talking about. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. You guys have a good rest of your day. Also, don't forget to hit a subscribe if you're new. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We do a lot of Overwatch League coverage, and we're going to be on top of a lot of this stuff, whether we do remote stuff or together in the same room or however you guys want to in the studio.
Yeah.
In the second bedroom studio.
Yes.
In Lakewood, Ohio. But yeah, we're going to definitely stay on top of this. We got some other stuff, we're going to talk about, regarding the league and, where we think some of these guys are going to go. I mean, we're hitting on it a little bit, but, we want to see what you guys think about some of that. Where do you think Shadowburn's going to go? Where do you think Mistakes is going to go? Just hit up in the comments, we want to get this conversation rolling. Also, I want to throw a shout out to Ice Am Jello. Thanks a lot for, checking us out. And if you guys are streamers, also Alexander.
Yeah.
You always give us likes and stuff on Twitter, and you give us retweets and all that kind of stuff. We really appreciate that stuff. And these two guys are streaming right now, and I suggest you guys check them out. We're going to put their links down in the bottom.
Yeah.
They're both really cool, really fun. Check them out, and if you guys stream, feel free to let us know. We'll throw you a link to your stream page down in the bottom. I mean, it doesn't have to be Overwatch necessarily. I mean, we're gamers.
Right.
So,
whatever you want to do, guys.
Yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one, guys. We will talk to you later.
Catch you guys in the next one.